you are the product of your environment. So it's like whatever environment you're in, it's having a certain influence over you. You begin to become more sensitive to like what is actually uplifting and inspiring. And it's like, you know, you might be in this place, but then you can go jump in a call like this and go, you know what, this is an inspiring group of people. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Rich Mystic Men podcast. And today, doing something very spontaneous. And so every Wednesday for the last, I don't know, probably 10 weeks, I've been catching up with a group of men, some longer than that, part of the Rich Mystic Man Mastermind, and more specifically, the Rich Man, which we had a retreat a couple of months ago now, nearly 10 weeks. And I've been doing a call every week. And so just cruising down to the studio and had an idea of what I wanted to share and thought, well, you know, how about I record it as a podcast episode? Ask the fellas anything if you just feel you want to share into the space around the conversation, or, you know, what you receive from it, or what it's stirring within you, or what it's opening up.
I have something to share. I want to share.
Stefan, please.
Well, funny enough, I'm just in Turkey at the moment, and in an all-inclusive hotel. So it's like the Germans' paradise to come here, you know? They come here for 1 week, all-inclusive package, get the flight, get the transfer, you know, all you can eat, drink, alcoholic, non-alcoholic, all you can eat. So there's all this food. And like, I was sitting just at the buffet downstairs and looking around me, and I'm like, I don't belong here. It's like, there's all these obese people, you know? There's like families with, I don't know, they're all like really seem really aggressive, and like they just come here to fuck shit up, you know? So like eat as much as you can, and I've got a little bit of a problem with, like, so I was like a chubby boy when I was younger, and I was really like, you know, had a eating problem, and I sort of got out of it, but through like a lot of work. But now I'm sitting here, and I'm falling back into my old habit, because I have a problem with like buffet foods. They're not good for me, because I see all these foods and I'm like, yeah, I want to try this, I want to try that, I want to try that, and then there's like all these cakes and sweets, and I love food, and I'm like, you just overload. And I really feel like how it takes away my energy, my you know, it's like I'm eating so much, and then after I feel so bad, I'm like, I shouldn't have eaten so much. Why am I doing this? And I feel so lazy afterwards. And I'm just like, oh, can't do anything anymore. Now, and it's like every day. And I'm literally, before this call, I'm sitting downstairs and I'm looking around me. I'm like, I do not want to come here anymore ever again. In an all-inclusive hotel, it's not good for me. It takes away all my energy. So there's a little bit of an enlightenment. Because the years before, when I used to live in Germany, I used to come here often, and it was great, but not anymore.
You're a different person, mate. And so, you know, it's yeah. And that's the thing, is like we're a product of our environment. You know, like for example, this retreat is that I went on, that I mentioned before a couple of weeks ago it was in Crestone, Colorado, right? So I went there, and I was in retreat mode, so, you know, a bit of a different vibe, but I was in retreat mode, and I went, you know, out, flew into Denver, drove for 3.5 hours out into the mountains, and was at this little place called Crestone. You know, there's this beautiful creek that's snow melted ice, trees, it snowed, big mountains, real like small town, like super small. I don't know, population 100. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just guessing, but it's not big, 100, 200, I don't know. It wasn't many people, maybe 1,000, I don't know. It was small. Anyway, so when I was there, I was like, this is the dream. You know, I was like, so I just want to live in the woods and, you know, just be immersed in amazing people and transformative experiences like this. And, you know, it was great. And then it finished, and I went and met Beverly Hills. And I was in Beverly Hills, and I'd been to LA a few times, never been to Beverly Hills. When I go there, I resonate with Venice. My son's name is Venice, and Santa Monica, like on the beach there. There's places that I've stayed. So I sort of go there, and I was like, well, when I normally go back, I was like, okay, well, you know, Balaj wants to go to Beverly Hills. He's staying in a hotel there. Let's go check it out. We stayed in the Four Seasons, super epic hotel in Beverly Hills, real 5-star, hotel in Beverly Hills, where it's all like the fashion designers and the movie stars and all that sort of stuff. And when I was there, I was like, I'd there spent a day with Blard, and Blard's also like, big business. He's always inspiring to like, take your business and your money and your abundance and freedom to another level. And so I was in that energy as well. But when I was there after a day, I turned to Blard and I was like, so funny. Like when I was out in the woods, I just wanted to live in the woods. And I was like, but now that I'm in Beverly Hills and I've been here for 24 hours, I was like, I want to be a billionaire. But it's just like, you are the product of your environment. So it's like whatever environment you're in, it's having a certain influence over you. You become more sensitive to like what is actually uplifting and inspiring. And it's like, you might be in this place, but then you can go jump in a call like this and go, you know what, this is an inspiring group of people, as opposed to like, the people that are on the cruise that are there just like stuffing their face and drinking. There's a place for that, like I'm not dissing that as a thing to do. Like I've been on those experiences as well. And, sometimes I stuff my face to the point of exhaustion and I don't feel good about it shortly after, but it's like, it is its experience. But then we also go back to places like this and go, you know what, this is a place that used to light me up and I was a line at a time, but now like I want different for my life. I want better for my life. I want, more enriching experiences and, rituals and parties and places that you used to engage in prior to that. Like they don't inspire you anymore. They don't light you up, so you just start to make, different choices and navigate and radiate towards things that inspiring and do light you up, including places. And that's when you start to say no. You could say from now on, like I went to this Blues festival the other day, the other week, and I had a great time there. Like I did have a great time because it was super random, just some of the things that we did, but I wouldn't go back there again. No, I was like, no, just wasn't my vibe. It just wasn't the vibe. Like, that's why I say is like, because it was such a great day, even though it wasn't my vibe, I still had a great time there because I didn't let the vibe ruin my experience. So I witnessed it. I explored the place, like somewhat non-attached to it. I was there, but I wasn't of it. And so I could see it objectively and go, whoa, this place is fucking weird. This is why I don't come to these places that much. And so observe it like that and see the same. You're like, holy shit, these people eat a lot. You're like truly fascinated with like how these people can get so fat, like what the fuck happened? Like where do you jump onto that boat or where do you jump onto that buffet, and it just, you never get off it. You just keep eating. Because some people do that. They just keep eating and eating and eating and eating all day, shitty foods, and they wonder why they're fat, So, great share, realization, and anything else you want to add?
No, I was just, like I said, if I keep going like this and come here, I'll be like people, So, and like you said, they just love their plate. The slate, I saw this plate and she had like probably 20 stacks of toast like this high, I'm like, why? And just this morning, this lady sat next to me. She was by herself. She had like 8 bread rolls, only bread rolls, and then came with another plate and another plate. I was like, you don't even eat all this stuff. It just gets thrown away. Like, I don't know. But it's just like, it's less like an issue, right? It's the disease, issue, or a habit, but you can't help yourself at a point anymore, I think. And it's every meal.
Unless they're like my son, because my son, he loves a buffet, right? And I'm always like, whenever we're going away somewhere, he's like, can we stay somewhere at the buffet? And I'm like, no, because I see what you do at a buffet, mate. Like, that's not a healthy way of eating. Let's do that every now and then. And so he'd do the same thing. He'd come over and he'd have like a plate full of bacon. Like, dude, like he might have 1 or 2 bits and he's got like, 6 bits of toast. He's buttering them all. I'm like, mate, like you're not going to eat all that, but then sometimes you get this sound like he's never going to eat that. And I look around, he's eating it. I'm like, holy shit, man, that's way too much toast. So maybe they're just, I think their little kids coming out are like, holy shit, this stuff's free and it's unlimited. I want 20 bits.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else anyone else wants to share?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say something.
Go for it.
Seeing as I haven't really said anything or been on the live calls for a while, feels right to to add my 2 cents. So what was it you asked for people to share? Was there anything specific? Because I jumped in 20 minutes late. I wasn't sure of the context. So
yeah. You could share why you're late and why you've missed the last few calls.
yeah.
Nah, that wasn't. I was just joking. You could share that if you want. But yeah, it was just like, you know, speaking into the space, or yeah, anything you feel you need to share, or, you know, something that you feel like a share of where you haven't, you know, really, I guess, aligned with yourself, or you've gone off that path, and, you know, what's unfolded for you when you sort of took that detour in a sense. Yeah. So, or just how, you know, you've a time when you've trusted yourself and you've backed yourself into that flow, or whatever. Just, yeah, sharing from your experience.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't been present with the Rich Mystic Man, honestly, because I've not really been like walking in that general direction. And it's probably for the best that I like open up about things, because there's incredible depth to my narrative, my life narrative, and it often goes unsaid, the real dynamics of everything involved, as far as being led to a certain point and not explaining the context, that what comes before that. So it's heavy, like there's depth to it, and it's just a sequence of decisions and events unfolding, and, you know, poor decisions that end up resulting in me not you know, having the self-esteem, or trying hard enough, or putting my vision in the right place. And yeah, so I've come out traveling. I'm on the road in Queensland. I'm in this country town called Kenilworth, and I've just started 2 days into this juice cleanse, this 40-day detox. Day 2, I've come back out to town because I promised you I'd try harder and get on the calls and be part of this. When you think about it, like I read something recently, or watched a video, it said like it's actually selfish to other people for you not to, you know, who are relying on you, or people that believe in you, not to believe in yourself and act on your own dreams and ambitions. So like, yeah, I came back into town today. I'm sat here with you guys, and sat back in this town. Like, I was out 5 kilometers out in a no signal zone, and it just felt like a safer space for me to undergo this practice of fasting, because there's up the road 200 meters, I can go get some food right now. And I had a breakdown before. It was really heavy. Like, I was sitting there, I really wanted to quit. I really wanted to give up, you know. And there's some dark, sinister part of me. I know there's evil forces to play on this earth. And I don't know if, you know, I won't be 100% sure if it's just my own self-sabotage or my own lower nature, or there's some dark force possessing me to go and stop this thing. But like, it's like I've worked myself into a spot where I've been abusing drugs again. I've been like harming myself and not honoring myself at all. And it's like, sat there in that moment, not really being able to see things with ultimate clarity. It's like you can't see the value of doing a 40-day detox when you first get started. It's like every part of you is just like, quit, but there's some deeper part of you that can't see it, saying, don't listen to that, just do it, even though you can't see it for what it is. Just do it, because you know that something good will come of it. And so I had that little breakdown only 2 days in, and last time I did a 2-week water fast, it took me the whole 2 weeks to have a full crying breakdown. But this, like, 2 days in, and I'm reminded, like, I'm able to get a grip on the value of what I'm doing. And I guess I'd just like to ask if you have anything that you could offer me as a sense of reassurance, like a light in the darkness when all other lights are dim, something that I can ground myself to that's going to help me get through this. Because this is going to be my biggest challenge yet, man, my biggest revolution yet. And I could really use some form of guidance and mentorship, you know.
What's your, do you have a goal, or you're not sure?
40 days of just cleansing, detoxing.
Do you have, okay, let me ask another question. Do you have an intention for the 40 days?
I just want to read. I want to get financially literate. I've just broke into the Gene Keys, read the intro and everything, and really, really excited and anxious to get involved with that. But yeah, it was primarily just to detox. Like, there's a lot of reasons to do it, but primarily to read books, become like, familiar with the gene keys, get financially literate, and detach from, like, re-embed and rewire certain pathways in my brain to detach from bad habits and allow new ones to form.
Okay, so why do you want to read the gene keys?
Because I want quality of life that surpasses being like dreading waking up and not enjoying life. You know, I want a rich quality of life. It wasn't just about the money, you know, joining the rich mystic man or doing this. It's about richness of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's really what you want to do?
What do you mean? Sorry.
My question is do you feel that it feels to me like the reading the gene keys and the becoming spiritually literate in that what you shared is not what you really want. Not that it's not what you really want, but it's like, if you just, let me frame it this way: if you got clear on what you wanted and you just did that every day, then the financial literacy and that sort of stuff, it just happens around, you know, being engaged and doing that thing. So if, you know, and I will say is like, if you're just purely just wanting to do a juice cleanse and just learn and read, then that feels good. But it's like, it feels like, yeah, something's not congruent there for some reason, and that could just be my sense. So don't take it on as it's an invitation.
There's a fierce resistance, you know, to discipline myself and engage in practice that I know is good for me, but the lower part of me is saying, nah, just be lazy, just take the easy route, just give up. That's the extreme end of it. But I love education, man. Ever since like 18 and I first had my awakening, my spiritual awakening, there's a deeper part of me that struggles to be engaged, that's always truly at the heart of me, beyond anything else, desired to enlighten myself. And yeah, this book resonates with me hardcore. Just in the first like 8 pages I've read, it's speaking volumes to me. And like, what I really want, Clint, is to be a musician. Like, that's ultimately what I want, is to influence people in a way where I do it with finesse and character and educate them in that sense with, you know, musically. That's just how it is for me. But I don't know, I want to have life experience and travel the world and stuff. But this education piece is fundamental. Getting aware of how to build my finances and I've got 3 major like areas. It's spirituality, manhood, and finances. A lot like this program. You know, I've got a book it's called The Way of the Superior Man, which is a book on stoicism. I've got the gene keys, and then I've got the Busting Loose from the Money Game and Think and Grow Rich, and the 48 Laws of Power. So 48 Laws of Power is a more like comprehensive, like all areas of life education type thing. But no, absolutely, like, I need to be doing this, even if I can't necessarily see that I want to be doing it right now.
Okay. So I feel I'm clear now. It feels like, yeah, like this is epic, and, you know, follow it full-heartedly. And what I was sharing is like, what you really want to do is the result. It'll happen in its own organic timing. So I'd say, yeah, not that that's the goal. You don't need to have a goal, but it's like, you know, even if it's just like, I'm going to do this fucking 40 days, like fully, you know, I'm just going to show up for it and get engaged. Because if you even have the mantra, or not even the mantra, just, a mantra of like, you know, how I engage in this is how I engage in my life. How I engage in one thing is like how I engage in all things. And so if you can really, you know, give this the commitment and discipline, if that's what you're, you know, searching for, is like really to the hardwiring of the discipline muscle. It comes through like pure like grit and willpower. So you have to like, no fucker, I'm gonna win this bitch, you know. And you're not taking no for an answer, right? And it's like, it's the only way through is to do the opposite. The thing wants you to go over here, but you're like, no, fucking going this way, right? And you're fighting it. It's like, can be like that. And then there's times within it that it's easy, and there's times where it'll get really hard, you know, and not eating and fasting, and like, it's because you're dealing with the physical body, and so you're dealing with like emotions and stuff that gets stored in your body. And through the detox process, detoxes are powerful, man, like fasting and cleansing the body. And, you know, I'm due to do another one soon myself. And because it's also this real, it's an activation, you know, because you're so clear, because food just, you know, slows you down. You got to digest a little bit because you're not having that. You're like, you got so much more vitality. But before that vitality, you have to come through the detox, the withdrawals, the, you know, the temptation for food, the addictions, the habits. Like, you got to face off and be with all those things and let them unfold, but that not, you know, reacting to them or responding to them, and just becoming aware when they're happening. You know, now I can be like, oh yeah, like I want to eat because I'm fucking emotional, you know, and so emotional I want to eat. And then I'm like, okay, it's emotional eating, but I'm like, I'm still going to eat. But at least I'm aware what I'm doing. I'm like, I'm eating, it's emotional eating, but I'm all in. I'm just going to do it. So, you know, it's finding that, that choice. But it's like, if you really feel the 40 days is something that it's like, it's what you set out to do. Like, you've made a big deal about it, bro. You know, it's like, oh, I'm going to do this 40-day fast. You're like, I'm going to go live out of my fucking car. I'm letting everybody know in my community that I'm doing this thing. So you're all into me. You know what I mean? You've left your hometown. You're living out of your car. Like I was going to say to you, just really, you know, tune into your heart, what your heart wants. I'm like, you're already doing that, bro. You know what I mean? It's like the heart takes you on these crazy adventures, and all of a sudden you're living out of your car and you're 1,000 kilometers away from home. You're like, how the fuck did that happen? You know, you're like, hard, man. Like, you're a nut. I like your style.
Thanks.
And so yeah, just keep trusting that, and, you know, keep going with that flow, and just stay strong, man. Like, you got it. And it's because like for me, like, I found the mindset that helps is like, by me exerting my will, I'm strengthening my will. And so my will is what I use to like direct, to, you know, stay on path, to like keep going when the going gets tough. Like, that's a fucking good that's a good muscle to be exercising, you know? And so if you can stick in there, so I'm like, I can be the most disciplined person in the room, and then I can, not that I'm undisciplined, but there's times I'm like, I throw discipline out the window and I say yes to whatever. You know what I mean? I'm the guy at the buffet, I'm the guy saying yes to drugs, I'm the guy partying, I'm the guy having too many drinks, and I'm okay with that, you know? But then I'll come like, all right, let's discipline again, let's do something crazy like no 100 or 40 days juice fast traveling around Australia in my ute. It's like, that's something I would do, you know? So I respect your courage to do it. So yeah, like, just be accountable, man, and just hold strong, and just get it and do it. And you'll be like so amazed at what opens up. And because you're like, man, I went 40 days without eating. It's like, if I can do that, I can do anything. It becomes that sort of, that mindset. And then so you begin to believe you can do anything. And so you start taking on more things that are unbelievable to you when they would have been unbelievable. You're like, you know what? That's like me. It's like Christy said about the house. And I was like, well, I was an entrepreneur, but now I am. I wasn't a rapper, but now I am. I'm like, well, I could learn how to paint a house. How hard can it be? You know? So it's like, you start believing yourself that you can, you know, do whatever you want. So, man, I say kudos to you, and appreciate and respect your courage, and reach out if you need it. If you feel like you're at a point where you just need a chat, come into the group, reach out to me. And, you know, it's great that you've made that commitment, because I like what you said, man. That was a powerful piece. It's like, you're letting like other people's, your worth. What did you say again about, can you repeat that? Like, when you don't sort of show up, are you letting down other people? But
yeah, I won't be doing it justice to the video I heard. It's always Chinese whispers type thing, but like,
sounded great, whatever it was.
You're letting others down by not honoring yourself, like others who believe in you, you know, others who have a stake in you in some way, if it's emotionally or, you know, in whatever way.
Yeah. Nice, man.
Yeah. No, yeah, I'm stoked to be doing it. I always knew it was going to be a challenge. I just getting in the here and now of it, it's fucking heavy.
And days 1 to, like, I find days 1 to 3 hardest.
Yeah.
Gets easy, literally gets easy from there. And then you reach a point where you're like, I don't think I'll ever want to eat again.
Yeah, no, literally, bro. I remember the 2-week water fast I did, and I was like, I was in my fucking element after like day 5 or something.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm just trying to reach heights that I didn't think I could. Like, I do these extreme things because I want to reprogram myself. I want to lose part of my identity that is limited in some sense, and it's kind of like the opposite of a slippery slope where there's no end to how great we could be, and like you got to be careful not to push yourself to stupid heights. Like there's examples of it I could give, but just keeping it within reason, like still having room to be a family man or to communicate with others and not just be this like godlike yogi who sits in a cave, and you know what I mean. But no, I just want to do great things, bro, and this is the catalyst, hands down. I need to lose part of myself, and I've tried doing this before. I've tried, like, unintentionally I've shifted back and forth, you know, but now like the most recent time from October sort of forwards was like, all right, I know I need to do this juice cleanse. I've been waiting to do it for 3-4 years, and I'm just gonna, like you said, I'm gonna give myself to the experience fully, consciously, and know that there's something greater coming for me, and I'm gonna lean into that fully beyond this. So like that's where I've been at lately.
Nice. And gonna reach out, bro. I'd make some recommendations for you to support, because it's like, you know, if you're going to go 40 days, like you've got a really powerful opportunity there with, like, you know, some of the organs that are available to other maybe potential detox protocols and things like that. Like I do this one that's it's a liver fast. It's a liver cleanse. You smash this like drink, you lie on your liver. But I think from my understanding is you fast for a few days and then you can do it. So if you're fasting, it's like you could do one of these liver cleanses. So it's like your body's open and available, and it's like, well, you might be able to maximize with this or that. So if you want to reach out, I could either connect you with some people with different protocols, or, you know, share some of the things that I've done that could support you to go even deeper, you know, because if you're in those cleanse vibes, you may as well maximize the shit out of it.
Yeah, 100%, man. Send me through some resources, and like even now, I don't necessarily need to reach out again. If you have anything you think is of value, please do send it through. It's more than likely I'll look into utilizing it, you know.
Well, one thing I'd recommend, right, is this thing called a clapper. I don't have one here. It's like a stick like this. It's purple. But I might have seen it if you come to one of my retreats and you just like whack yourself with it.
You might have mentioned that.
So it's sort of like doing this. But it just helps, like, you know, stuff your lymph and to detox and just keep things moving. Like dry brushing, saunas, you know, that sort of stuff can really support you in your, because it's like you just want to support the body, because like it's a pretty hard deal. It's not an easy journey. Like you're putting your body through, you know, it's got to work. It's gonna, you know, recalibrate, reset. Detox, let go of stuff. So the more you can do to support your body through that, then the more nurtured your body and the more supportive you is, and even the body would then be able to go deeper in healing, releasing, clearing, cleansing, purifying, detoxing, you know, whatever your goal or intention is with the cleanse. So enemas are great. Coffee enemas are fun. Have you ever had a coffee up your butt?
What did you say? Coffee?
Coffee enema.
Well, I don't know what do you mean by coffee?
Do you know what an enema is?
Yeah, well, that's part of this process. I've got the plasma pudding and the whole psyllium husk mix to draw out the mucoid plaque.
Oh, cool, nice. Okay, yeah, epic. That's good. You want to draw the mucoid plaque, but then like an enema. You know, an enema. You got an enema kit?
I've got a crochet hook.
I don't know what that is. I don't think it's the right thing.
What do I need, man?
So it's you get an enema kit, right? And then at certain times, because you know it just sort of helps. It flushes out your descending colon, and you can use coffee in it, and coffee can support some way. And I think it might even sort of help with the liver. But coffee, depends on if you're drinking coffee or not. Why I said it can be fun is because you get the coffee kick. You're like, "Hooray!" You know, you got the caffeine kick up your butt. But you can also just do water and different things like that to flush out water with salts, and but they can be supportive as well to help cleanse.
No, I was sort of doing a makeshift thing, and I just was under the aware you had to hook out this mucoid plaque. I didn't realize there was a liquid enema you could do with like a saline whatever.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. I can't speak to the hook thing. I've just like mine's just come out me rear end when I've done the mucoid stuff. There was no hooking, but I did probably do it. I did do an enema at the end, like towards the end of it, just to flush any excess stuff out, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, this conversation got a bit shitty.
Right. Yeah, sorry. Go back onto anything that was more relevant to the wider dynamic.
Nah, it was good, man. It was perfect. That was just a good dad joke, good pun. Yeah, man. But we'll wrap it up there. So appreciate everyone's time and commitment to themselves. And actually, any last words of wisdom anyone wants to share? We do have 10 minutes, and I was going to wrap the podcast and just have a chat with you guys. So I'll wrap it there. Unless anyone wants to say anything on the podcast, or anyone keen to share something.
I said penis.
Oh, you need to put your video on if you want to say penis.
Penis.
Nice.
It's a men's call, right?
But yeah, that'll be the intro, like right at the start. It'll just have penis, and then I'll go into my intro.
Love it.
We can get Alan to edit that into all kinds of things.
Well, I can, because he said penis, and then he said, I love it. So I'm going to cut them together and just like, penis, I love it. Penis, I love it. And then just make a reel.
It'll be the best podcast ever. No downloads ever.
That'd make a bad backing track for your next rap, I reckon.
Penis, love it. Penis, love it. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a good hook. All right, sweet fellas. Let me, okay. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll do a wrap up actually, no, I'll wrap it up now. So long story short is exercise for you listeners at home, or wherever you are. You don't have to be at home to, give this. It's an invitation. It's a challenge, if you will. And that challenge or invitation would be to just this simple process on a daily basis, if not, several times a day until you build that habit. And this would be a good one for you, Darcy, whilst you're doing your cleanse, is just hand on heart, right? And put your other hand on your hara, right? The space below your navel. Right? And just, being present with your hands on your body and your body on your hands, and just taking time throughout your busy day or your day to, feel your presence and to respond or ask, what do I want? What do I want? What do I need? Where do I want to move? What steps do I want to take? What's the most fulfilling for me? The most alive right now? What's going to inspire me the most? What's the most congruent or aligned or authentic action that I can take in this moment? And just being present with what wants to move. And maybe it's nothing. Maybe nothing wants to move. But the more you can listen in and open up that dialogue and then act from that space with level of trust, and this trust can be exercised, but a level of trust that will, let's say, curiosity with where this may, this bit of inspiration or knowledge or wisdom or that's coming through is like, if I follow this and act on this, if it feels right to do so, I'm curious to where this will lead or what this will unfold or what will unfold from this in my life. And you start to see little puzzle pieces landing in, little bits of information or wisdom that support you on your mission and your creations. And your life. So give that a crack. Give it a go for a week. If you're feeling adventurous, give it a go for 40 days, like my man Darcy over here. Take on the 40-day aligned with your heart challenge. Is it the right word? The 40-day align with your heart challenge. We'll go with challenge for lack of a better word until we find a better word. All right, man. All right, listeners. Thank you. Appreciate you. Grateful for the spontaneous call and episode. It was a juicy conversation, and I'm inspired to see what'll come from it. You know, if there's just the men that are on this call, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of us, including myself, that are more engaged, more inspired, more alive, and interactive, and within the flow of life, then for me that's a win. But then, you know, if you're getting value from this and you feel there's another brother that would, you know, be inspired or this would support them in their life, please share with them, and hopefully this can get out and inspire more people to live a life that they can be proud of. Big love. Thanks, team.
Sitting here watching the clock, I'm struggling, thinking of the bullshit that I've been juggling. Is there more to life than this? I'm thinking twice about the price I'm paying in this 9 to 5 life. The sweatshop.